what's going on, Posido here. Today I want to talk about how to practice scales. If you do it right, you're going to learn the notes of your fretboard, and you're also going to learn how to hear how to resolve these notes in the context of a chord progression or even a single chord. Alright, so grab your bass, let's get to it. Okay, so there's three things to keep in mind when you practice your scales. The first thing is practice your scales in context. Okay, so what I mean by that is if you have the ability to sustain a chord, whether it's on a piano or a synthesizer of some sort, do that and then play your scales over that. Or if you have the ability to play a chord progression using an app like iReal Pro, and then you can play your scales over that, do that. What's going to happen is it's going to teach your ear to hear that certain notes have different energies when they're played over a chord. Okay, some notes will feel like home bass. Other notes will feel like they want to resolve down a whole step or up a whole step. And then other notes will have a lot of energy and feel like they want to resolve immediately down a half step or up a half step. Okay, that's really important ear training right there. So when you're practicing your scales, if you practice it in context, that's going to really help develop your ears at the same time. The second thing is try to use the entire range of your fretboard. Okay, so instead of being stuck in a position like this where you're just only running your scales up and down in a certain position, utilize the entire range of your fretboard as much as possible. And then the third thing is I like to practice my scales freely. Okay, what I mean by that is my rhythm is free, my phrasing is free. And this is going to help you really start to hear scales in a more musical way. And you're going to discover different phrases. It's okay to practice your scales using, restrictions like eighth notes and 16th notes and just being always within a measure, but try to practice freely because that's going to really help expand how you hear your scales. Okay, so I like to practice my scales a couple of ways. The first way is using broken intervals. That's broken seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, and sevenths. And then the second way is to practice it using consecutive note groupings. Okay, you can do 3-note groupings, 4-note groupings, 4, 5, 6, however many note groupings that you want. I'm going to show you a few of these, and just so you get the idea of how this works. I'm going to play them freely along my entire range of my fretboard. And I'm going to think in the context of a C major, the sound of C major, okay? It sounds like this. This is broken seconds, and these are diatonic seconds. So all of these notes are in the key of C. I'm just thinking of second intervals. On to broken thirds now. That's a nice phrase. I like that. Okay, try to notate or remember certain phrases that sound good to you. That's nice too. I just moved up multiple thirds right there. Okay, now we're going to go into broken fourths. Broken fourths, they have a little bit more of a modern type of sound. It sounds like this. Now we're going to go on to broken fifths. broken sevenths. That's really pretty too. Okay, next we're going to do 3-note groupings and 4-note groupings. Okay, and it'll sound something like this. Okay, this starts to sound like a phrase. And then 4-note groupings. You know, one thing real quick to note is there are times too I might mess up. I'm not really concerned about that. I'm just still, I'm just still thinking about the consecutive note groupings. But my main objective is to come up with musical phrases with my scales. Okay, that's going to really make your practice sound more musical, and the output is going to be more musical. And you're going to be able to actually apply this in different scenarios like solos or even your fills and things like that. You'll sound more melodic. Okay, 4-note groupings will sound like this. That's a nice phrase. That's a nice phrase too. Be conscious too about where I am in the scale. So times you might hear me pause a little bit. That's because I'm consciously trying to think about where I'm at in the scale, trying to keep my place too as well. Okay, that's the basic idea. All right, so we have broken intervals and note groupings. And then always practice your scales in context, whether it's in the context of a chord or chord progression. Practice using your entire range of your fretboard. And then the next part, this is optional if you agree with it or if you don't agree with it. But for me, I like to practice as freely as possible. Try to come up with musical phrases. All right. So I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you did, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later. Thank you.